Alright, working on this 2018 Ford Escape with 1.5 turbo. I've already made a video of taking it out, so now I'm going to try and get it back in because that was kind of a questionable piece. So everything's the same except this time I've got the turbo attached. I'm hoping I can squeeze it in with it attached just to make my life easier on the other side. The catalytic converter is down there kind of out of the way so I can pull it up hopefully and put it in place. It's going to be tight, but let's just see what we can do. Alright, so a couple things. We've got the transmission up on a jack to kind of hold it more vertical so it's not leaning down. Up here where the starter goes, I've got one of the dowel pins here to hold it in place. And then I'm going to have to line up one of the holes on the flywheel, so I'm going to turn the crank and get it lined up. So I'm just turning the crank clockwise. Make sure I get the right hole lined up. Okay. Yep, any of those will do. Start there. I'll try to give you the best shot I can, but I gotta work at the same time, so we'll see how it goes. Looks like the turbo's gonna be okay. This thing wants to twist on me, so as I bring it down, I'm going to have to turn it my way. There was an issue when it was coming out, if you watch that video, of how tight this space is. So I'll stop right here. Show you what I'm looking at. So right now we're rubbing here, and then on this side it cranks right there on the frame rail, so it came out, but I may have to mess with this transmission a little bit. So real quick, what I told myself I wouldn't do is forget to put the new dowel pins in, and I forgot, so I just got that one in, and now I've got to get this other back one in. It goes right here. So there's a new dowel pin, and the way I do it is I'm going to put this bolt in here like this and set it in here, and I'm going to hammer so I can hammer on the head of that bolt and it won't damage the top of the dowel pin. Alright, here's where I'm at. So I'm kind of just using this pry bar, give me a little wiggle room while letting down pressure on the jack. You can see there's a lot of weight off of here, so it's just sitting on there now. So make sure I support that, and then come over here. See, we're hanging up on the crank, and thinking I can give me some wiggle room in here somewhere. Yep, I'm about to figure this out. Alright, things have changed over the past few minutes. So going straight down with the crank and the water pump, mostly the crank, it's just not fitting. So I thought, well, let me take it down under this frame rail, get the crank and pulley underneath it, and swing it over, which actually I think might work if the turbo wasn't on it. So I don't want to undo the crank because I forgot everything in time already, which is why I did it on the stand. If I have to take the turbo off, I mean, it's really 6 bolts, but the gaskets and crap we already did. So my only hang up right now is this piece of the turbo hitting the transmission. So I'm going to keep trying this for a minute before I have to just make a full decision. Okay, that's not working either. I got it past the turbo, but the transmission, the bell housing there side is just not going to turn. So I'm going to go ahead and just drop this lower piece off, and then maybe I can get the engine low enough to just come up. I'm going to try that next. It's only 4 bolts holding it in. There's those two and two on the other side. Alright, the lower cross member's off. I've got the engine down. Now I'm just going to see if it'll squeeze into that hole that I made there. Remember, I got this thing that was part of my problem getting it out to begin with, so I may have to go almost all the way to the floor, squeeze it in there. Let's see. Alright, let's try it. Okay, so I feel like this might work. A couple of problems. The vacuum pump is in the way for the engine to slide back, and then on this side, I mean, we've got the motor mount area, so it might slide by, but I definitely have to take the vacuum pump off, which again, we're looking at gaskets and crap, but let's do it. Alright, vacuum pump's off, and it's looking, it'll be tight again, but maybe. Just use my foot to hold the flywheel back. I'm going to drop the transmission a little bit more, get it to angle down. I just don't know if we're going to clear that side. Well, I'm getting closer to resolution here, but here's the deal. My chain connecting point is just hanging out a little bit, and then on the top side I think I can actually clear those posts, but this plastic timing piece cover is hanging up in the way there. So I think what would make this from this point on easier, aside from burning it and throwing it down the hill, might be just to set this on a jack potentially and relocate my hoist points so I could take the timing cover and that off, and I think it would just go in real easy, but I don't want to do that. So I'm making this complicated, what I don't mean to be, but maybe it'll help you guys out if you want to do it too, to see what the best way on the first pass would be. Alright, here's what I've decided on. So I've got the engine still on the hoist, but it's loose. I got it on this low furniture dolly with some 2x4s in it to support it. I'm just going to take this timing cover and mounting bracket off and reposition my hook and just lift it up, because that's just in the way, and it's going to be a pain to put it back on in the car, but struggling with this as long as I have been, I just need to make it happen. So there's 4 bolts, there's 2 here and 2 here. This is the only short one, and then you got the 5/16 8 mils around the cover. Alright, I've got it repositioned, took the bracket and the cover off, put some fat washers on this bolt here. Now we should have clearance to get it in here. Gotta wash the turbo back there. Start to go up with it. Use my foot to hold it back. Good clearance there. Yeah, I just need to get up past the PTU with the turbo. Alright, what are we hitting? We're hitting something. Nope. Gotta be careful there. Okay. this damn thing. If I had a better mounting point for it too. How retarded. Alright, we've gotten past everything we needed to. We're clear over here. So I'm just going to have to push the engine back, make sure we get past the turbo over the PTU, then should be able to lift it in place. Alright, the front one's lined up and in. Let's gonna get the back one lined up and in, which it is. Awesome. So I got my trusty dusty engine bolt diagram that I use for a lot of cars. Just put them in where, you know, they all kind of have the same layout. So I'll pop some of these in real quick. Come back. Alright, all the bolts are in. Now, you gotta go watch the other video, but if you're doing it this way and leaving the PTU in, you cannot get that other bolt that goes right down there. You're not gonna get it in and out without the PTU coming out. You know, because I cut it out and I'm not putting it back because it's my car and I don't care. But all the other bolts are in. And then, you know, from here you're gonna have to jack the motor up so you get access to put the cover and the engine mount back on, because it's kind of it's a two-piece, but they have to go in together to fit. But all this front end stuff I took off in the other video. I'll link it so you can see it being taken apart. But yeah, if I had to do this again, which I don't want to, but I would go ahead and build everything on the stand, but I would leave these covers off and I'd leave that vacuum pump off, and then obviously just tie it up this way, because that actually worked out better. If I did that in the first place, I would have saved myself an hour of just jacking with this thing. So anyway, give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you don't mind, but I hope to help you out. Thanks.